Hello and welcome back to Spirit Mom. Today at Spirit School, we're going to be talking about the upcoming full moon. I don't normally talk about full moons, but this one is extra powerful. All my talk of letting go and then releasing my own origin story of my own negative doings has been leading up to this. It's tomorrow night. The earth is shaking as hard, people, and negative behaviors are going to come bursting forward. So that's September the 10th, 2022. So if we're already past this point, maybe you can look back and reflect on something that went on at that time. We usually try to put on this mask of sanity in society, but that is going to be harder and harder to hold on to. This full moon wants to rip it off us. Full moons are normally a time for turbulence, but I've never felt one like this before. It's going to be huge, and I'm not the only one feeling it. A full moon is always the climax of a given moon cycle. This one is about shedding the false skin, shedding the negative that's built up from our past of ancestral trauma. It can and will and has caused more negativity to surface because of this. It hasn't created it, it's just bringing it up. After the full moon, the effects should fade away as the moon shrinks back down to nothing. Once it disappears, the next moon is the new moon. Here is where you want to set your intentions, where it will come to a head on the full moon. So even if you didn't make an intention on the last new moon, you can still get in on the powerful full moon that's coming tomorrow night, because it's where we bring forth our manifestations and its own manifestations that the earth hasn't planned for us. I would recommend using it for some type of letting go, as that is what it wants and is going to do anyways. That's the energy the earth is already doing. From the 11th on, as it shrinks away, you can use it as a chance to continue letting stuff go. While the moon is in a shrinking phase, it's a prime time to let go. It's literally letting go of the size of the moon, and it's prime for us to get rid of habits and behaviors. From the new moon to full moon is the building phase. So from new moon to full moon, that's where we build intentions. Letting go, though, is actually always a chance for adding. As when we let go, we build space inside the self. We are in a new age, and there's a lot of baggage clinging on from the old one. Lots of lies and angers and status quos, things that need to go. Like, big theme here is letting go. Let go of all this old. No longer should we feel obligated to traditions or the things we think we know. We live in a world of truth now, and we should live out truth, not our traditions. It's a time of freedom and of learning. We are in the new age. The old age is holding on, though, and it's not its fault, it's ours. We are holding on to it. At times, like if you think back just to the 50s, people walked around and went and got jobs and went and did their work because that is what they had to do. They didn't have this awakening like us. There was the children of that time were starting to wake up. And before that, you had the odd awake person like Rudolf Steiner and C.S. Lewis, J.R. Tolkien. Like, they were clearly awake individuals, and there's more of them, but that's just some. And then along comes the 60s, and you have Aldous Huxley. Oh my God, the names in the 60s are endless. Some of them are still even alive today talking. Ram Dass was a big one from that time, who just not too long ago passed. And point is now everybody's that person. Like, or we could be that person if you let go of the old, let go. That's what they were trying to do. The 60s was all about bringing up the new, like waves and cool and chill, man. And they totally poisoned that by talking about them just being druggy hippies. That's not what it was about. It was about waking up, and it had a great waking up effect, but they managed to fizzle it out to the point when the 80s were there. The 80s were like a very dark period. The 90s wasn't much better, getting a little better. 2000s getting a little better, and a little better, and a little better. And people want to talk about how dark the times are now. I would say the darkest point was probably the 80s. Look at the brown buildings. Like, everybody had just gone back to sleep, and they were sad about it because the 60s was a chance and they missed the wagon. But I don't think the earth is going to let us miss the wagon again. Just like in 2012, the big shaking, we missed that mini wagon and we didn't wake up. And that's why in 2017, you saw an explosion of just ridiculous identity politics happening, because the earth is literally like, wake up. So really, it means it's like a mom. I mean it this time, kids, wake up, because I'm seeing it all around me. People are like, not like, things are just horribly going wrong for all these different people because they're not waking up. Wake up. Like, do your research. This is 2022. It's out there. There's so many lies out there. There are so many truths out there to be found. Do your own research and watch lots of stuff like this. The content is out there. Make your own content. We don't need news broadcasters anymore and all the TV that we had. I mean, by all means, keep Big Brother, and The Challenge, but everything else can go, and Survivor. But I mean it, everything else can go, because we don't need it. We, you, me, we can be the content of the future. We don't need to worship false idols of Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks and who insert celebrity like Selena Gomez. I don't know. I don't even pay attention to them anymore. I have moved on. There's enough idols of the past to worship, like Buddha and Jesus and Gandhi and Mother Teresa and Saint Francis and Teresa of Avalon. Caroline Myss still alive today. Like Eckhart Tolle still alive today. Russell Brand. That's, you want your news, go look at Russell Brand. He is just like, once upon a time I saw that guy and I was like, you're not very cool. But now I'm like, what? He is just like so awake and so full of knowledge, and we can all be that. We can all do that. Just watch his transformation. It's a great showing of how somebody can be like this guy you think is a douche, and now he's like, whoa, you could do that. I feel like I've done that. Like, as we heard in my origin story that we just went through, I sucked. And now I don't think I suck anymore. I think I'm great. You can still think I'm suck. That's your truth. But I don't think I suck. I think I'm great. And I'm trying to be more and more and more great every day. And I want to help everybody that wants to watch me, or even if you don't want to watch me, I want to help everyone get better because it's out there. But rounding it back to our beginning point, it begins with letting go, because if you don't let go of the old, you can't make space for the new, and the new is here and it wants in and it's banging. So this full moon tomorrow is going to be amazing. So that's Saturday night, September the 10th. It's going to maybe the earth will shatter a little, who knows? It's intense. And jump onto it. Pick something to let go of, some old stupid habit that you already know you want to get rid of. Let it go, and it builds space for the divine to come in and give you revelations. Hello, this is revelation, the end of the Bible. It's happening now. So, good luck letting go, people. Goodbye for now. Spirit Mom.